Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how moving to the UK from Nigeria has changed my mindset and the life lessons that I've learned in the 1 year that I've been here in the UK. I'm going to start with the first lesson, which is so important. First lesson I've learned since I moved to the UK is information is power. Before we moved down from Nigeria to this place, what actually made us make this decision in the first place was that we got an information about how quickly it was to get visas from Nigeria to the UK. So I think in July last year, Precious was talking to one of his friends that just said, "Oh, he was tired of Nigeria and he was looking for a way to leave." And I think they even related on that particular level. And then one day he said he was going to apply for UK UK student visa for him and his girlfriend and his family and his brother. So he told Precious this thing like this week. Some few weeks later, I called that he had already gotten admission and he was going to apply for his visa in Abuja. Let's say he applied for his visa today, and then the next 3 weeks he said he had already traveled. That was like the most shocking news that we've ever had. And he just gave us all of the information that we needed, and he said, highest 3 months you are done with the process and you will know that you've gotten your visa or not. That was the information. We were not even thinking about moving to the UK from Nigeria at all. But when he gave us that information, since Nigeria had all reached us for neck, we decided that we would take it, and that is how we got here. Of the process, since we started the process in Nigeria, went to the embassy, all we did was based on information. It's not money, because sometimes you will have money and you will not have and you will not still be able to go through. So because if we didn't get this information, even if we had the money to leave, we would have not known that, oh, this place is going to be faster to leave the country. We would have just have that money and not move. So money is not power all the time. Information is power. The second lesson that I've learned is that you should trust the process. The traveling now, if you are watching this video and you have done anything like visa, even if it's vacation, even if it's just to somewhere that is not so important to you, you know that waiting for your visa is one of the hardest process that you have to go through. But you just have to trust the process. And when you get here, like the first how many months that we stayed here was the hardest months that I've had in a long time. And why this was that it takes long for you to settle down. Nobody ever moves from Nigeria or from any other part of the world to another country and just like settle down easily, except you're like Dangote or your parents are rich. But say normally, it takes you time for you to settle down. So it was a lot. We didn't get a house on time. We got a job. It's not the kind of job that we wanted. We didn't like it. But all of these processes led to us to getting to where we are now. So always trust the process, because me, I'm somebody that usually small thing I've already given up. Like I'm not interested again. First I'm like, what is this stress? But moving here has made me to be more trusting of the process. It's going to take long. I always zero my mind that it's going to take a while for me to get to where I want to be. So moving here has helped me change that mindset of you have to get it now. You have to trust the process at times, because it's not always the way you want it that is going to be. Another life lesson that I've learned is no one is coming to save you. Because you moved from Nigeria doesn't mean that when you get here, everything will be rosy. It's not going to be rosy. You're going to pass through trials and tribulations. You're going to go through a particular incident in your life in this country and you'll be like, should I go back to Nigeria? Is this really the way I want to live my life? You'll be asking yourself several questions, because it can get so hard. It will be so hard that, especially when you're alone. I've heard stories of people that when they're alone, there's no support system, no friends. It's even with people who that comes with their partner, it's easier. When you're alone, can be hard to a point that you start asking yourself, maybe should I go back? But you have to know that this thing happens and no one is coming to save you. You have to think for yourself, how am I going to help myself to pass through these hurdles? What do I need to do to pass through these hurdles? Because in this country, people are only going to give you advice. For someone to borrow you money in this country is really hard. Even for someone to give you £20 in this country is like they will think about it before they give it to you. So you always have to think of how you are going to be there for yourself, how you are going to cross hurdles. You don't think about someone that's coming to save you because of a truth, there's no one that's coming to save you. Just because you left Nigeria because it was hard doesn't mean that when you get here, there's one manna that's going to fall from heaven and save you from all of your troubles. No, you still have to work hard. You still have to go through the hurdles and the processes that will take you to that particular place that you want to be. Next lesson, I think everybody has learned it. Everybody's mindset have changed about this next lesson I'm about to share, and is that experience is not the best teacher. Because sometimes when you experience something here, the next thing you they will deport you to Nigeria. So you do not have to wait to experience something before you take steps that will avoid troubles along the way. Experience is not the best teacher. The best teacher is to ask questions, to ask for information from other people that have been through these same steps. When we first came, we instead of us to take a flight that was going to London and from London to Manchester, we took a flight that was going to London instead of to Manchester. So we stopped in London and then we used about 3 to 4 hours to drive from London to the Manchester United. To Manchester, we paid over £140 for that trip. And we would have avoided this thing if we just called Precious Sister and be like, oh, where do we need to book our flight to? Because she was living in Manchester area. So it's hard I know how she left from Nigeria to Manchester. But what we did was we just booked to London straight and then went through that stress of paying that extra money and then driving all of those hours after staying 6 hours on the after staying 6 hours on the plane. We had to drive another 4 hours to Manchester United. This is something that would have been avoided because someone else have already experienced it and knows that if we go to um Manchester Street, we will not stress ourselves. But we had to experience it ourselves for us to find out this. This is something that would have stopped, would have saved £140, would have saved us time, the strength to drive all the way to Manchester. And this one is just like this one is a very trivial example. There are other serious things that can happen pass through if you do not ask people for their experiences before making decisions. That is one way that moving here has changed my mindset and one vital lesson that I've learned since I moved here. Another life lesson that I learned since I moved from Nigeria to the UK is that Nigeria is hard, but abroad safe is hard. I'm making this video now. I just came back from work. I went to work around 8 o'clock. I came back around 5. This time is like 6 o'clock, and I'm making a video. So I'm chasing money. I'm still chasing my passion. Just because I moved all the way from Nigeria to UK doesn't mean that manna fall from heaven or I don't have to work hard. Yes, the kind of hard in Nigeria is not the same as the kind of hard in the UK because the kind of hard in Nigeria you know, you will have your money, you will be scared to go out. You have your certificate, you cannot get a job. But yeah, when you have a certificate, you get a job. But the only thing is you have to work to make money. You have to work to achieve all of your dreams. That is just the hard. Yeah. But compared to Nigeria hard, I will always choose abroad hard. But it doesn't mean that everything this land is flowing with milk and honey. This land is the Canaan land of the world. That when you come here, everything is going to be just as easy. Doesn't always have to be. Doesn't always. It's not always like that. There are still trials, tribulations, troubles, struggles that you will go through after you move here. And That is something that I had to learn when I came here. Because honestly, let me not lie, when I was coming, I used to think, "Ah, I don't come from Nigeria. No problem. I will not face any problem again." I lie, oh, there are still troubles, there are still problems that you would face as someone that moved from Nigeria to the UK. So this lesson is one lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Life is what you make of it. If you just allow your life to pass you by like this, phew, it will really go phew, and nothing will happen to it. You have to plan your life. You have to say, this is what I want my life to look like. So I'm going to work towards it. And the good thing about moving abroad is the opportunities for you to make your life what you want it to be. Before we came from Nigeria, we were living in like a very comfortable flat, 3 bedroom house, 4 bedroom house. And when we came here, we're staying in a shared house. So let's say the whole house that we're staying now is how our whole house was. That's how big the house we're living in Nigeria is. But just because I now moved from like Nigeria to that place and I'm not staying in a smaller room, doesn't mean that I'm not going to be sad or frustrated. No, because if you want your life to be sad, if you want to be sad over the fact that you are living in a small place, then you are not going to be happy living here. So if you want to be happy, you have to accept where you are at now and make do of what you have. Enjoy your experience, enjoy your growth process, enjoy everything that's coming step by step. That's what I have had to learn. So if you want your life to be a happy one, you have to do things that make you happy. If you want your life to be a fulfilling one, you have to do things that make you fulfilling. Don't just hold your hand and say, "Oh, I've come here. That's enough." Because the truth is, that would not be enough except you make it happen for yourself. And that is one lesson I've had to learn since I moved here. The last but not the least lesson that I've learned since I moved here, which is so important that I'm going to share, that I needed to share it in this video, is time waits for no one. I say everybody knows that time waits for no one, but especially in the abroad, the time, they fast. Like time is always moving fast. Pa, 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 pa. Before you know, just woke up this down hour, before you know, tomorrow I wish. I was thinking some days ago, is it already a year since we moved from Nigeria to this place? How? Like time waits for time moves like this in this country. So you have to make hay while the sun shines. If you're going to school, make sure that you're putting your all in your school, because before you know, you cannot say, I'm going to read in the end of semester. Before you know, end of semester will reach, you never read anything. That semester don't pass. Time is always moving there. So anything that you know that you need to do as you are moving here, just keep doing, because when I notice how the time flies in this country, nobody tell me first. So let me get sense, say, boss, you need to do things sharp, sharp, sharp. Because if you don't, the time will just pass. Phew. And that's where planning comes in. Plan everything. So you have a target to meet in. If you have a target to meet concerning your immigration or concerning your school or concerning your visa, you have to be planning ahead, because before you know, 1 year has finished and met you there. And if you've not done what you're supposed to do, you might miss the most important thing that you were looking forward to, or that goal that you're looking forward to, because the time here is like, it's something I'm still getting used to. Because like today I woke up like 7 o'clock to go to work, and now it's already 6 o'clock. How how time is always moving fast, 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 fast. That's one way that I've had to change my mindset, to always know that time is not waiting for you. Just gotta stand up and do what you need to do. Even coming back from work by 5, I was extremely tired um before making this video, but I had to look at myself. I have to post this video next tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to work. This is the only time that I have to do this video. Jessica, stand up and go and do the video. And I've done it. Even though it might not be the most perfect video, but I've taken that time that I would have just wasted and said I'm tired, I'm resting. I've taken it to make this video, and it's going to come out. It's going to go up the time it's supposed to go up. Yeah, I just decided to share with you all of these lessons that I've learned since I moved from Nigeria to UK. Lessons that I started learning from all the way through visa process till now. Hope this video have helped you in one way or the other. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel where I share about my experiences, vlogs, lifestyle. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. And until my next one, bye.